Well, good morning, and thank you everybody for joining us here on our Valley News Now desk. My name is Alex Larson. So we're going to kick this off with, we had some breaking news this morning, a fire in South Fargo. So let me pull this video up for you here. The fire crews, as our reporter left just a little bit ago, they are still on scene of this. What happened here, what we know so far, several crews on scene of the 1500 block of 27th Avenue South. Our reporter told us the whole building had to be evacuated. Salvation Army Disaster Services were also on location, helping those who were impacted by this. We'll continue to update you here on Valley News Live, on our VNN News app, online. You can check Facebook as well, on air too, if that's your preference as well. And I want to talk a little bit about, we got a first alert weather day coming up for tomorrow. So I want to break down what we're looking at for that. I'm going to share my screen with you in just a second here. Get this all set up, ready to go. All right. Right now in Fargo, we're sitting at 36 degrees, cloudy, but it's going to be mostly cloudy throughout the day, except for we're going to start seeing a little bit of rain and showers. Meteorologist Lisa Green was talking about that precipitation she was seeing on her sky cam and on the radars this morning. As we peruse on down, going to get cloudy again at about 4 o'clock. We're going to only hit 52 today. That'll be about 4 o'clock as well. As we scroll on down, you can see that radar, this system moving through there. We're going to check Halloween afternoon. So guess what? First alert weather day tomorrow. Uh-oh, Halloween. Mostly cloudy, stray shower or two, and a bit breezy. Halloween weekend planner, okay. Friday, AM wintry mix, PM few showers. Meteorologist Lisa Green did tell me this morning too. She said that it's not going to be a downpour by any means, but it's going to be annoying to be out in, especially if you got any paint or you're a mummy tomorrow. I wouldn't be too excited. I would change my costume. Flat out, I would change my costume. Saturday, it'll be partly sunny with seasonable temps. 46 degrees is our high, 31 the low. Sunday, check out that little spike there. 59 degrees, partly cloudy, gusty southwesterly wind. So Sunday, there's hope in the future. Unfortunately, we've got to deal with those showers on that first alert weather day tomorrow. Reason for this first alert weather day is because it's going to impact a lot of people. It's going to impact your plans. Halloween, big weekend, right? Those kiddos need to know what they got to dress for, what's going on, okay? 11-day planner here, as we just covered, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But Saturday also, we're falling back. Great news for me because we're going to start seeing that sunrise. Oh, looks like camera is disconnected, but we're going to start seeing that sunrise a bit earlier. If you can check outside your window and see that it's still dark out for me, that would help this. We're going to stay mid-50s next week. It looks like Thursday we'll hop on down and then cool down. We were looking at 36 for next Saturday a little bit ago, and yesterday. So I'm excited that we have bumped that up to 40. I never thought that I'd say that I'm excited for 40-degree temperatures, but in this situation I am. Again, that first alert weather day tomorrow, you're going to want to download that VNN News app so you can get those forecasts right at your fingertips. Oh, here we go. Lisa's moving this right now for us. See if I can get this. The sunrise, it's just starting. Soon we'll have it earlier once we fall back. Great news for me. For those of you who want to enjoy that sunlight after work. Unfortunately, it's going to start getting darker a lot earlier than it typically has for the summer. So if you've got any old school clocks, make sure you're setting that back, or your car clock. Can't let that screw you up. And we're going to move on to some more news this morning. So I want to talk about on these chilly mornings, you want to make sure that your windshield is completely clear of frost. So it's not just about seeing clearly. This is actually the law to have that cleared. Ultimately, it's up to the police to determine if your view is obstructed. The reminder comes after a pedestrian was hit in Fargo early yesterday morning. 43-year-old Scott Johnson of Fargo was cited for an obstructed windshield due to frost. Police say Johnson hit a pedestrian. This was near 7th Avenue North and 7th Street North, and it was just before 8 yesterday. Extent of that pedestrian's injuries is unknown, but this is a great reminder as we head on in to these winter months, these colder months, to make sure you take care of that frost to protect yourself as well as everybody else out on the roads.
It spurs the question of, well, what else is out there?
A vehicle discovered over the weekend is now being identified by a VIN number. As Valley News Team's Courtney Lockey explains, though, that number is just the beginning of a very complicated search for answers. She's explaining why investigators are facing challenges and what led up to this discovery. Let's take a listen.
For more than 2 years, family and police have desperately searched for Jeanette Warner. The 53-year-old vanished from her West Fargo home in July of 2023. She hasn't been seen since.
We've gotten a lot of tips nationwide from possible sightings of her, none of which have obviously panned out.
West Fargo police called Adventures with a Purpose for help. The volunteer dive team uses sonar technology to find missing people. A search of the Cheyenne found nothing. 15 feet under the red, they found hope.
Well, roller coaster. I mean, kind of hopeful that we had a vehicle that was associated to our investigation. They told us quickly that it was not.
A new, unexpected mystery emerged.
It's definitely unusual and certainly could be related to that or, related to something else that maybe we weren't aware of.
Fargo police are working to get information on the vehicle. They were able to pull the VIN off the '89 Chevy Blazer, but it appears those records have been purged.
The database for vehicle information would be so huge that at some point they're going to have to purge some of those older records just because otherwise it would be too big to manage.
While accessing these older records is challenging, investigators are exploring all avenues. This discovery highlights the ongoing challenge of missing persons cases. According to the North Dakota Attorney General's office, Fargo police are investigating 11 missing persons cases dating back to 1971. West Fargo is investigating 4 dating back to 2021.
They're difficult cases because there's no closure to them. We'll continue working this until we have an answer.
For Jeanette's family, this is an emotional time, but the search provided crucial information. They know where she is not. And perhaps this discovery will bring closure to another family waiting for answers. Courtney Lockey, Valley News Live.
So if you've got any information that could help solve Jeanette's case or her disappearance or even identify the vehicle pulled from the Red River, call local law enforcement. We've got resources available for you on our website, valleynewslive.com. You can also head on over to our news app. We've got the police department's phone number as well as a way to submit an anonymous tip. So your name doesn't have to be attached to it if you don't want to. Just give your tip over to police and they'll be able to check that out. And I want to move on here to the ongoing government shutdown that we're seeing. SNAP benefits, that deadline's coming up. That is tomorrow. So here's what's happening. The government shutdown, if this continues, SNAP benefits could be suspended nationwide starting November 1st. Across North Dakota, 60,000 families could lose their food assistance. Here in the Fargo area, the emergency food pantry has already seen that impact, serving 1,800 more families this year than all of 2024.
If these cuts happen and the length of time it may continue to happen, that there will be food available. We feel like it's our job individually as a nonprofit, as a pantry, but also as a system.
Local food service providers say they're already getting calls from worried families who depend on SNAP for a large portion of their food budget. If you need help with food assistance, you can give the emergency food pantry a call at 701-237-9337. That number is also available over on our website, valleynewslive.com. Meanwhile, one local business in Fargo stepping up to provide emergency food support. At Bread Smith, they've partnered with Churches United for a food donation drive. They're collecting non-perishables at their shop to distribute to anyone in need.
And with the lapse, it's going to last, and come this weekend, there's going to be some hurting and the shelves are even more empty. So we're going to try and do our part to help keep them full.
So if you want to help, you can stop by Bread Smith on 32nd Avenue. They're open from 7 a.m. to 6 during the week and 7 to 4 on Saturdays. Now, that's about all I got for you here on our Valley News Now desk on this Thursday morning. Tomorrow, we're looking at Friday, but remember that first alert weather day. Make sure you download that VNN News app so you've got those forecasts right at your fingertips. You know if you need to adjust your costume or not. Also, that VNL News app, so we're able to send you push notifications when we're starting this desk up, as well as any other information we get throughout the day that we feel should be pushed out to you right away. Again, that's all I got for you. I hope you have a great rest of your Thursday and an even better rest of your week. I will see you back here tomorrow. My name is Alex Larson. Take care.